Hi friends, good morning. This is Rasika from Acast Club. Today I'm just starting the webinar for this IAM. IAM is nothing but Identity and Access Management. In my last webinar, I have explained you about the uh, features and the introduction part of this Identity and Access Management. Now I'm just going to continue the features. Simple revision of the last webinar is like IAM is nothing but securely manage access to AWS services and resources. As I have explained you in my last webinar, these are all the features like users, groups, permissions, auditing, password, MFA, roles, sharing, rotate, conditions, root. I have explained you in my last webinar about these features. I am going to show you the lab one by one. In my last webinar, I have finished the lab for this users, how to create the user and what is the how we are using that user in the login credential, as well as the permissions. This permission also I have used for the users. Now I'm just going to show you a crispy or the brief demonstration of this user once again. Then I will continue with the creation of groups. For that I need to log into my console, because I'm just creating the user and groups. For that reason I'm using the root user. If suppose I'm done with all my IAM user, groups, permissions, everything is done, then I can go into this IAM user and I can able to log in. But now, right now, I'm just using this root user, and I'm giving the login credential as my email address, and I'm providing my password. After logging into, I can able to directly go to this IAM console by using this recently visited services. So once entering into this IAM services, see, I will show you one more thing. Over here, after my login detail, that my user account detail, then you will be seeing the access of global, because this IAM service does not require region selection. That is the reason why it's showing us like this. If suppose I'm just going to this AWS like a home page, over here this is my region. This is my default region. While I'm creating my account, I have set my region as default as Mumbai. So that's why it's showing us Mumbai. If suppose I'm just going to the other service called EC2, then the region will be the same as it is, my default region. But if I'm going to this IAM, but the region is not there, because it's a global service. That is the reason. So I have explained this for IAM user, you can use this URL to log in, because every time while logging in, we have to provide this account ID. This account ID, which is available over here also, you can verify the same number is reflecting over here. So you have to provide this account ID every time login. To avoid that one, so you can use this URL link to login. You can able to customize this also. Then over here you have the features like users group, roles, policies, which we have discussed in the introduction part. Now I'm just going to show you the user which I have created in my last webinar. That is my last lab session. So this is my user which I have created. I'm just going into the user and I'm just going to see the permissions. So I have just attached the permission like this. See, this is the permission I have given to this user. So except this service, that user cannot access any services in AWS. Only this EC2 full access is allowed for him, the permission given to him. And there is no groups. I haven't created any group and I haven't assigned this user to that group. Then the tag I have given, because for the simple explanation I have used my name, because I am the user, so I have given the name as my name. Then over here, this is sign in credentials. As we have discussed the features, multi-factor authentication is available. In this user I haven't assigned. If we want, we can do it. So this is a simple introduction of how the user is getting created. Then now I'm just going to use this link to log in the user. I'm just going to use a private window. I'm just pasting the URL. See, like this it will appear. Otherwise, if you are providing like AWS Management Console, if you're giving like this, if you're giving on signing in, because the link is there, no? So if you are not using the link, you have to manually feed the account ID, then username and the password. That is the basic process. But if we are using this link, directly copying and pasting and using that link, you have to provide only the username and the password, which I have created the user as demo. I am using the same thing, and I have given the password as just a second, it's getting loaded. What happened? It's showing it as log back in. I'm just providing the information again. See, it got logged in. You can see the account ID has been changed as demo is the user and the account ID is this one. By default it's coming as here, that is US East 2 region. If you want, you can change the nearest region to get a low latency performance. So if here I'm just moving on to some other service like S3. For this user I have given the permission only for creating the EC2 access or having the access of EC2, that is full access. Only the permission is given for the EC2 full access. So we cannot access this S3 because over here you can get the message as you don't have permission to list the bucket. You have to contact your administrator because the permission is not given to this user. That is the reason why we are getting a message like this. So if you want to access that also, you have to go, you can add one more permission to this user. I'm going into the user again. I'm just clicking on the user, then I'm going to add permission, attach existing. I'm just seeing the S3 full access. Just a second. I'm just removing that existing permission and I'm going to add the permission. Over here, S3. Next, review, add permission. So It's a managed permission, AWS managed permission, so it's automatically provided. Over here, if you go and refresh the screen, see, now you can able to do it. So if you want to add a bucket, you can add. I'm just showing. There is no error message right now. So that's how we can add the permission. Now if you are going to EC2 console, see, there is no permission to us because we have deleted that permission and we have given a new permission for S3. So for this user only S3 is eligible. That's how the permission can be add on deleted. Now I am going to create a group, user group. So now I'm just going to create a group. For example, we can use like a department wise also, like marketing, you can assign this user to this group. So you can create a group. So if you want, you can add more permissions to this group, because group is different and the user is different. If you are allocating the user to the group, then they are eligible for that particular group's permission, that is eligible to the users also. I'm just going to add the permissions. Like now I'm just going to give EC2 full access. I'm just adding the permissions to the group. So once the permission is added to the group, so if we go to the demo, that is the user, see, other permission is also added. You have a different category like attached directly to the user. That is how the description is attached from group, because this this user is belong to that group, so that group is having the permission of EC2 access. Now if you are going into this account, that is your demo account, that is the user IAM user account, and you are doing a refresh. Now see, the error has gone, so you can able to use the EC2 also as well as S3. So both the access can be done. This is how this user and the role user and the user groups plays a actions against the IAM login. So we can able to provide the permission to the user separately as well as to the groups. You can add more user also. For example, if I am creating a user, add user, I am creating more users, like I am creating a test as a username, and I am providing programmatic access and management console, and I am customizing the password. This is how the user is getting generated. I am providing the password, customized password, because no need to remember the auto generated password every time. Then I am just unchecking the required password reset option, then the permissions. So if we want to add the marketing group, so marketing as a group, so if you are clicking on the group, so automatically the creating user is under the group of marketing. No need to add the permission separately. So see, this is the one for the developers. The command line interface user should have this particular secret access keys and the access key ID. This has to be one time generated secret access key, so you have to save it for the future use. Otherwise you can't use this access key id for the future use. Otherwise you can download it or you can send an email. You have three options to save this secret access key. Right now I am not in need of this particular access key, so I am just closing this. So these two users are there, and these two users are belongs to the group of marketing. I am going to the groups. So this is a group. Under the group you having two user names, but their permissions are different. Like test is the user just now we have created. The test user is having a EC2 full access attached from group, because we haven't given any permission for the user separately. We have just directly assigned the user to the group. So that's how this permission has been added automatically. Otherwise, if you are going into the user called test we have seen right now, the user called demo. If you see the demo user, you got two permissions, because we have assigned this S3 full access permission separately to the user, so that is attached directly. Then the other permission that belongs to the group, which this user belongs to, which this user assigned to the groups, no, with that group this user got a permission. This is how the two way we can add the permissions, as well as a big organization we can able to easily manage the groups as well as the users. This is how the user and the groups are getting generated with the permissions. So we can see the remaining, just a second, the remaining features of the IAM. We will see the roles, policies, we will see in my next webinars. Thank you.